vetting these Olympians before they actually start to represent us overseas for their patriotism. My friend at the Federalist, Sean Davis, he wrote this not Sean Davis, Sean Fleetwood, he wrote this great article. He said the patriotic thing to do is actually to root against these unpatriotic Olympians because they're going out bashing us. Why should we cheer for them? Why should we want them to win? I don't know why we don't start vetting these Olympians before they actually start to represent us overseas for their patriotism. My friend.
This is the daughter of the Secretary of Defense or something. It doesn't really matter. She's nobody. The people at the Olympics are criticizing the rapist convicted felon in the White House because U.S. citizens were murdered by brown shirt Nazis in this country, otherwise known as ICE agents. U.S. citizens are being detained. Their windows are being broken into, dragged out of their cars. U.S. citizens. People that are basically naked are being dragged out of their house because they're Asian. They don't look white enough. And those Olympians are speaking out. That's actually patriotism, Karen, because they actually love the people in this country. You love the idea of white America. See, you voted for a man as a woman who is an adjudicated rapist, who assaults women, who was on the Epstein files, and let's be real, he very likely molested little girls, and at a minimum, he's defending people that molested children, and yet I don't hear a thing from you. Where's your patriotism? You worship symbols, flags, bald eagles. America is so great. You worship and you sing to it and you pray to it and you kneel before it and you take off your hat to it and you act like the flag is a deity. It's a god. This is the lie of American exceptionalism. And this is why a lot of white people like her, these Karens, don't ever criticize the country. Because Karen, breaking news, this country's never been great for everybody. It's been great for white people. You want to get on a live? Let's have a conversation about Jim Crow. Let's talk about the 3/5 clause. Let's talk about the Middle Passage. Let's talk about slavery and how your ancestors stood outside of a church in this Christian nation and took pictures with a black person hanging from a goddamn tree. But you don't want to have that conversation, do you? You don't want to talk about how black people couldn't vote until the 1960s. Hell, you couldn't even have rights as a woman until the early 1900s. But you better worship that country or you're not a patriot. What exactly does that patriot test look like? How many flags does he have? Does he have a pet bald eagle? Did he say, God bless America today? Did he listen to God bless America on his music? Does he have the Constitution on his truck? What exactly does that test look like? Does it only look like me, white people? Because it sure feels like the only people that love America wave Confederate flags and make America white again hats. You don't love America. You love the idea of American exceptionalism, which is a lie. You are still plugged into the matrix of American exceptionalism. And those people actually see the matrix for what it is. It's a lie. But you don't like that. You are the agent that went back, the person, Cyrus, I think his name was, that went back to Agent Smith that wanted to be plugged back into the matrix. Patriotism, the matrix. It's a lie. American exceptionalism is a lie. And you don't want to break away from it because it forces you to see this country for what it is. That involves, hold on, being woke. And that's what I am. And that's what those athletes are. And it's rich that those athletes have worked since they were little boys and girls for that dream. Thousands and thousands of hours. Time from their family. At the gym when nobody was around. Broken bones, bruises, cuts. Bruised muscles. And they actually worked hard, unlike you, who's sitting at home because you couldn't cut it. But you have no problem criticizing them in the comfort of your white privilege. America has never been great, Karen, for everybody, except for 21-year-old land-owning white men. And those people love this country. You don't love the red, white, and the blue. You only love the white. Have a good day, Karen. Shove your flags.